I'm late! Why am I late? Who cares? Let's just get on with the show. What have I been doing lately? Reading books! Actual books! I don't know why I kinda stopped reading for a while, but then I got my Kindle and I'm like, oh my god, I love books so much, why did I ever stop? I'm kind of making out with Jules Verne there. Creepy. Whenever the Jules Verne image is up on the off-screen, I find it really hard to turn it back on again because I just want to have this framed and sit there forever. It's such a majestic image. Regardless, I've been spending a lot of time reading, mostly A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, and because I'm a sucker for a good fantasy novel, I'm loving it. However, I've been finding it rather difficult to read lately because I've been incredibly busy thanks to these assholes. Hello, Dan! Endless social gatherings aside, I'm back to getting absorbed like books like I used to, and it's very exciting, and it's also putting me in quite a conundrum. For, you see, as I'm reading my wonderful, lovely novel, I'm inevitably brought to a situation in which terrible, terrible things are happening to good people, and it becomes very difficult for me to carry on in spite of my rather overactive sense of empathy. Right. Essentially, I'm reading this book and going, oh, but Ned is such a good man! How could this happen to him? Oh no, Bran, why? He's just a boy! Run, Arya! Run! Run! Ah! Why? So innocent! Reading is an experience for me. I can't even read the second book in the Hunger Games series, Catching Fire, because it starts off so incredibly depressing that I can't bring myself to turn another page without just being really sad for the next few hours. As another example, when reading the last Harry Potter book, when it leads you to believe that Hagrid is going to die, my flinging arm was good and cocked, ready to hurl the book into a fire should they dare to kill Hagrid. On the reverse, however, I also have incredibly ecstatic responses when bad things happen to bad people, and when reading Huck Finn, when the goddamn carpetbaggers got tarred and feathered, I literally jumped out of bed and did a little dance because I was that excited. I'm brought into similar situations with incredibly well-written video games as well, such as in Fable 2 when I'm encountered in a situation where I would have to either dramatically age 50 years myself or suffer that pain onto an innocent girl who just happens to be there at the time. Now, I could not possibly inflict this penalty on this poor girl who's just lost in the woods. I am, however, not a good enough person to take this curse on myself, and so I took the coward's way out and stopped playing. So here's my question. What is wrong with me? As a kid, I couldn't watch sitcoms because most of sitcoms are just a series of embarrassing situations, and I couldn't handle it because I'd get so embarrassed for the characters. I have a few problems. And yet, if you were to ask me if I was an overly emotional person in the rest of my everyday life, I would have to say no, which is the really confusing part about it. My real question is, am I alone? Are there other people out there who are so affected by stories that they read and experience like I am? I don't mean to say that I'm incredibly affected all day and I'm just so miserable because these fake people have terrible lives, but it is really significant to me anyway. But anywho, that's my musings for the day. I'm Sean Fearon and I'm a bitch!
I'm John Svitek.